2:19 a.m. There are just some nights when you can't sleep and you just want some ramen. So I'm just kind of taking along my process. It just takes a few minutes. I like to boil water and drop an egg in there for some extra protein, and it's so easy and tasty and hit the spot when I couldn't sleep. Monday nights are now where I have my orchestra rehearsal, and so here's a little footage of me getting ready to set up. There is so much going on during rehearsal that I don't have time to grab my camera out for some footage, so you'll just have to imagine what it looks like. I think so much can happen in the split of an eye with the snow, even thinking about the parade, and me starting a new job. I just captured these lights even though an ambulance was the source of those lights. I spent the weekend in and received this package that I had ordered a few weeks ago. It's a book nook, and I've never done one before, and it seems super confusing and complicated, but also really fun. So I'm just flipping through all the pages so you can kind of get an idea of all the steps involved. And I pretty much just did this whole weekend. I kind of looked at all of the supplies. They were all neatly packed, and the boards were so pretty, and the colors and the designs and the details were just super fun to even look through, even though it felt kind of overwhelming. But it was something I realized that I really enjoy working with my hands. I unfortunately did not get the light to work, so this was very unfortunate because there were so many parts of the book nook that had lights. But here's progress in my first day. I created books, glued them together, cut them out, and it took a few hours just to get all that done. I set it aside overnight, and then I got back into it the next morning. But I created a little table and chair and easel and music stand, telescope, and those batteries. And yeah, even the books were super fun because they had music on them, and then you kind of just cut them together and glued it in. And so they flip, and I'm having trouble taking video and flipping them at the same time, but you'll just have to imagine. So I found a recipe on Instagram saying that you could use rice paper to make chips. And so what you do is you soak them in water, and then you put them in the air fryer for like 5 minutes, and they puff up and they're super crispy. And so I was kind of doing that when I was working on the book nook. They are so crispy, oh my goodness. All you do is just kind of soak the paper in water, and then you cut it up, and I did not think it would work, but it worked pretty well. I didn't realize how tiring work would be, and even though I really enjoyed working with my hands and starting something new, it really took a lot out of me. So this was really therapeutic, just to spend some time just making food, trying something new, low pressure, just by myself. I don't have to prepare a bunch of food for a lot of people, or really, if it didn't work, there was no risk. And so I think I just really enjoy these kind of little experiments because I already had the rice paper, and it just really took a little bit of time to see if it would work, and it really did. So that's kind of fun. I couldn't really believe that. So yeah, all you do is you just dip the rice paper in water so it gets wet. Then you fold it in half, and then you cut it into pieces, and then you put it in the air fryer, and then it comes out super crispy. Easy peasy. I never would have thought that you could do that with rice paper, but you can. This is the next day. I had a great day meeting with a friend, getting groceries, and so now I am working hard, and you can see there's a lot of progress from what I did, and I finished it. So it was just so much fun to just create this scene with plants and books and maps and clocks and lights. It just really was something I really enjoyed. And so I actually ordered another kit because I liked it so much. It was so much fun. So then I styled it with some other books here, and it looks so lovely. It's the next day, and I went to the store and got some meatballs and decided to try some more rice paper recipes because I basically had this pack in my pantry for a really long time, and I just never really had the ingredients to do anything with it. And so since the other day I made those chips, it was kind of fresh on my mind. So I just did the same thing. You just soak the paper in some warm water, and I cut up some cucumber slices, and I also air fried some mushrooms, which I never did before, and it's super easy, so I'll probably do it again. And then you can just kind of put some whatever you want. So I put spring mix, salad, and then I had some pickled red onions that I actually pickled a while back and have never eaten, so it was actually a really good combination. And yeah, this was really easy to make. I just kind of sliced the meatballs into smaller pieces so they would just roll more easily. And I actually did not figure out how to roll the papers that well until after I finished my meal. So don't look at this video for folding tips because I'm trying to fold it like a burrito, but it was kind of falling apart. And what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to fold the two ends together before you start rolling, which I think I had done once like 4 years ago. So I was hungry and I was trying to do something new, and it was kind of like a random recipe. And so it was so good, very healthy, very easy, very simple, full of vegetables and a little protein, a little carbs. So yeah, it was a really good time. And here are the mushrooms. They are freshly out of the air fryer. So for that one, I just put them in the air fryer for 400 degrees, and then I put some olive oil, salt and pepper. You can season it however you want. And I put that in for about 10 minutes, I think. And then you turn it over and then do 5 more minutes. And it's piping hot, super good. And you can just see the steam rising. So yeah, I also was like kind of tripping out because even though my stovetop is not on and I was using the cutting board there, it just kind of felt strange to be putting plastic on a burner even though it wasn't on. So don't worry if you're watching, it's not gonna burn. I've already eaten out of it, cleaned it up. To paint more, and so today I got some gouache paint, which I actually didn't use tonight, but I tried painting. I didn't love it, but it's a start. And so here you go. It's a piece of violin art.